Kia ora, ke te pēhi koe. My name is Neen. I call myself the Joy Ninja because I'm trying to create a sense of abundance on a small income. I have a little less than usual to stuff in my regular binders today. In actual fact, before I start, I'm going to take out $50 because I did some online spending. I bought an experience for my daughter's birthday coming up. So I'm going to take 20, 30, 40, 50 out. Still 100 in there. Alright, so let's count this up and see what I've got to work with this week. Thanks for those people who wish me well. If you didn't know, I got struck down with gastro. So I have been in bed since Sunday. Up yesterday, started eating, starting to feel better, just a bit fragile. But yeah, that really threw me for 6. So anyway, today I have 50, 150. 170, 90, 210, 220, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 3, 310, 20, 30, 40, 50. So yeah, I usually have 440. I've got $90 less, and part of that is I'm stuffing later. I've already spent $30 on takeaways, which is the usual amount for after we finish a activity. One of the kids has an activity that finishes at 6, so we routinely buy takeaways on the way home, and I'm definitely just not up for cooking at the moment. So there was that, and also being in bed, full transparency, I ordered some online shopping, including some magazines and some kombucha, and did some online gaming, and that took care of the rest. So it is what it is. I do have my regrets, but yeah, moving on. I have some money left in my wallet from last week. These are my wallet dividers that I always fill. I have $20. I'm actually going to put that into my savings binder because I didn't do a savings video. That's the other thing. Thank you so much to all of those that have found room in their budget to buy me a coffee. I really do appreciate you doing that. I've been saving it up, but I have requested the money, and as at today it still hasn't turned up, so I'm not too sure what I've done wrong there, but I will have to have a look into it. But for my next savings video, I have 20, 30, 40, 50 to stuff in there, but we'll do that later. Let's get on with the wallet. So as I said, I've already done the fun, so I'm just going to put $150 into food. I didn't use much petrol. It's very nearly near full, so I can last another week easy peasy. I do have a bit of change. I didn't bring my cute little thingy anyway. I usually have a little plate thing to put the change in, but anyway, we'll count that. Yes, we'll count that later. I don't know why I'm saying anyway all the time. I'm really not on my game, please forgive me. I'll just, yeah, on the struggle bus today. Right, now normally at this point I would put $15 aside for the big deal, but there are no 5s in the tray, so we will do that a little bit later. Here's hoping I remember. Let's get started with pin money. There's nothing in there. I'm skipping it since, you know, I did buy all these credits for online gaming. Household is going to get 10, so now it has 10, 20, 30, 40. Beauty, this is for the next hairdresser's appointment, also 10, so now it's got 30. Wellbeing, that's multivitamins for kids, that's on 20. Clothes had been cleaned out, so we're starting again with 10. Hobbies also cleaned out over the school holidays, so we'll start that again. And family fun, also empty, so again we're starting from fresh. Then with gifts, I want to put in 5 this week, which I can't do. Let's go to the next envelope. I know that there's a 5 in there. Giving. So if I put in the 10, I can take out the 5, so giving now has 40. If you're new here, I think I'm just going to save that up and give that before Christmas to a food bank, or buy presents for the Kmart tree or something along those lines. Maybe give it to Kids Can. So going back to gifts, if I put $5 in there, I've got 20, 30, 40, 5. And this is for friends, teachers' gifts, just if people in my life that aren't my immediate family having a birthday need a gift, if that makes sense. I have a birthdays envelope, so I've got my immediate family covered. Right, miscellaneous has 2 5s, so let's be having those just because I needs them. Put a 10 in there. I'm not going to stuff any extra miscellaneous this week, we'll just leave it at 10. But I can put that $15 aside for Big Girl, and we'll have a look at my sinking funds. Oh, I've remembered to say, if you are enjoying this, could you give it a like? Thank you so much. Education, this is one of my 3 priority areas to stuff in this last 3 months of the year. So I am giving education 10. I've saved $1,000 this year, so I'm just trying to get ahead for next year. And I've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90. Plus an online balance, so $140 altogether. Next up, vision. Each pair of glasses is $10, and I'm giving it 10. So I have online 125, 135, 140. It's just because my daughter and I both require glasses. Health fund emptied out because Big Girl had a excuse me, Big Girl had a doctor's appointment while I was sick, so actually it was really nice to just be able to give her the cash. So I'm just going to be putting $20 in there, which brings us back on track because each of these is $5, so $20 in health fund. Then dental. This is another area where I'm focused on trying to get the balance up. I'm going to be putting $20 in there today. So each of these tooths is $25. So I have 100 saved online, and then I have 20, 30, 40, 50. And when these envelopes get a little bit full, at the end of that month, I will do a consolidation. I'll put these placeholders in, and I'll put the money in a bank account. I have separate bank accounts labelled with each of these sinking funds. That just helps me keep my finances straight. I used to just have one bank account that was sinking fund, but I wasn't as successful as knowing what was what with that. I prefer having the separate accounts, but you know, you've got to check with your bank whether they'll let you do that, and that's what made me open bank accounts at Co-op. So they let me have like a million different bank accounts, and because they're all online, I don't get charged extra fees. All right, $5 in pet fund, not sponsored by the way. So the pets have $2.50 online, and then $2.50, $60, $75. Next up, we've got car fund. I've been really fortunate this year to not have to pay over and above registration and warrant of fitness, which has really helped the cause with getting the balance up. I'm going to put 5. So each of these cars is 25. So just write 5 on one of them. And I'll do a big count for you in a minute. I just put in the 10 and take out the 5. So I have 100, 200, 300, 450, 460, 70, 480. And I would eventually like a target of 1,000, but it's going to feel really good when I get to put a $500 placeholder in there, and we're not too far away from that. So I think we can kind of aim for that by the end of the year, even though it's not a priority envelope, but you know, we're so close. So new phone often doesn't get stuffed much because each of these icons is $30, and it just seems like a whole lot to whack in at once. So I am just going to put, what am I putting, $5 in here, and yeah, we'll just call it $5. 20, 40, 60, 75, just tucked away for, it says new phone, but I'm broadening that to be anything to do with technology, because you know, things break and wear out, and they're expensive to replace. So that's a perfect reason to have a sinking fund. All right, this is my celebrations binder, and I have just realised that before turning the camera on, I was going to sort out one of these envelopes. Am I even stuffing it today? Yes, I am. Because I stuffed up like majorly. So a couple of weeks ago I started a new challenge in here, and I kind of stuffed it up, but I'll let you know when we get there. First up though, I am going to be putting another $10 into birthdays. This is another kind of key area that I wanted to save $250 in total over the next 3 months, and I'm not discounting the $50. It's not $250 and paying myself back the 50 I've spent, if you know what I mean. The 50 I spent was for one of the birthdays that this envelope is related to. So it's just the way that I know that I've saved $250 is that I track each week how much I'm putting in. So I will tot up that I've put $40 this month so far. At the end of the month I have a week column and I just tot up how much I've done. So at the end of the 3-month period, as long as I've saved $250 towards birthdays, we're all kapai. I hope that makes sense. It's not what the balance is in here because, you know, I like to have the money available so that when experiences come up, like this experience that I bought for my kiddo, we can just go ahead and book it. Yeah, 110 in birthdays. This is the envelope that oh no, this is Christmas, that's smashed. That's fully funded. Moving on. This is the one that I have stuffed up. Because I put in here Matariki and Happy Easter, and I started colouring Matariki. But I had a brain fart. Waitangi Day is way before either of those. So, where's me? I am going to do, I've got $10. I'm going to put it in another 5. That I'm going to have to rub off. I just swapped out 2 5s for the 10 in there so I can put 5 in today. Right, so Waitangi first. Once that's saved for, then I'll move on to Easter. Once that's saved for, then I'll move on to Matariki. The money should cascade through, so if I don't spend $200 when Waitangi rolls around, then I'll just roll that into Easter, and what doesn't get spent there, I'll roll into Matariki. Hope that makes sense. That way I'm kind of ahead of the holiday. Let's sort this out. Okay. Sorry that was like pulling teeth. I'm going to need more 5s. Dang it. This is what happens when you do cash condensing. Travel, $5. So now travel has 100, 215. Events, bear with me. Right, events is getting 5 into events. And it has 110, 15 now. And then that's all for in here. Then we'll do my monthly savings challenge. We're week 3, so it should be $16. I have rounded down for ease, and I'm going to put 15, but I'm not worried because I put in $1 extra, so it's all going to work out last week, so it's all going to work out. So I have 10, 15, 25, 28 in there. That's where all the 5s were. I guess I'll be swapping those out for my Monday savings challenges. So don't be surprised next week if the denominations look different. I swap things around because we can't get $5 notes out of the bank. out of the ATM, and if you go into the bank they charge you to use the service over the counter. So yeah, no one wants that. Lastly, let us update the change jar. And Pearl is getting heavy. It's quite excited that I can actually see the money in there. I estimate it's up maybe around there, or maybe halfway to the ear. But yeah, the light is enough that I can see the gold coins glinting in there. So she is filling up. Sadly today she's only getting $1.60. But that's okay. Oh, we made it through without too many stuff-ups. Well, by the time you get to see this, there won't have been too many stuff-ups. I think I just need another couple of days for my brain to come back into my body. Yikes. I hope you had a good week though, and I will see you back here on Monday for a savings challenge video. Always my favourite. Fingers crossed that money turns up from Buy Me a Coffee. Once again, thank you so much. If you have found the space in your budget to either buy me a coffee or download one of my digitals, there are freebies over there if you're hard up. No worries, go and check out what I've got for free. Okay, kia ora.